Hello and welcome to Agastya Valipadu and Agastya Consciousness Group. Today we have Sister Gayathri Rajan and she will be sharing her experience at the Mahavatar Babaji caves in northern India. Sister Sumati, will you please
I'll
more about?
I'll just introduce Mataji. Uh, Gayathri Maa was initiated in Kriya Yoga in Varanasi by Lahari Mahasya's great-grandson Shibendu Lahari in 2014. Her association with Babaji started in 2019. She started receiving messages from Babaji from that time onwards. He has been guiding her in all aspects of her life. In February 2024, she had darshan of Babaji in the cave in the form of a small child, which she will be sharing with us today. Over to you, Mataji.
Hello, good evening, everyone. So this amazing experience. So I have been in communion with Babaji from 2019. So he's been giving me different messages and guiding me in my life. So I went to Mahavatar Babaji cave for the first time in 2023. It is last year. I went in last year, March. And then the moment I came back, I just visited my son's house. And then we took him to the doctor and I took him for back pain. And then we finally found out that they took a brain MRI and found he had a condition called hydrocephalus. And then, it was we got an operation and it was cured. It was entirely Babaji's grace that we found out about that. So like that, many, many incidents have happened in my life. But this time I went in February. I reached there on February 17th. And I wanted to stay there for 12 days because I wanted to practice 12 days of Kriya Pranayama. That is 144 pranayama per day for 12 days. And so I thought a very quiet atmosphere like that will be good, because sometimes we are, in our homes and something or the other disturbs us and I'm not able to complete the 12 days. So that was the main reason I'd gone to the cave. And so I was going to the cave every alternate day. It's like from where I stay, it's like a 2-kilometer climb up to the cave. And I always travel alone. I go alone because I feel, when you're alone, you connect with your gurus and gods than being with people and unnecessarily talking. So, so I was there alone. And so every alternate day I used to go. So then the day Paurnami started at 3:30 a.m. 3:30 p.m. on 23rd. So I was there on that day also, and the cave closes at 3:30 p.m. So then after I finished with that, I just came and sat on a rock and chanted Om Namah Shivaya, because it was Pradosham also that day. Now, next day I was worried, would I be able to climb up again, because I need like a day rest between, each time I climb. But something made me say that I just have to go. And so I went early that day. And normally I finish my Kriya in my room itself. There is a meditation room in the hotel, and I normally finish my Kriya and then I go up to the cave only to meditate, because it's actually quite cold. And if you sit for 2 hours or 2.5 hours, it can get pretty cold. So I normally finish that and I go up to the cave and meditate for an hour. But on Paurnami, something told me that I must do my Kriya Pranayama itself in the cave. So I was doing my Kriya Pranayama and almost 2 hours had passed by and I was almost finishing. So that, and when I started that day, it was Paurnami. So I told Babaji, please show yourself to me in some way. Maybe not in your full form, like how you showed Lahari Mahasya, but at least show yourself to me in form of a light, or in some form, show yourself to me, and that was, I prayed to him like that. And that day I'd collected all those flowers. There are a lot of those red flowers had fallen down, and so I collected that and went in, put it down, and then I started my Kriya. So it was almost towards the end of my Kriya. And then one youngish one, about 25-year-old lady, she came and she did namaste to me, and she also put some flowers there. And she sat and meditated. So normally I was sitting right in the end of the cave. Normally I don't really open my eyes, but something told me to open. And then 5 minutes later, at the entrance of the cave was one little 3-year-old boy. And, he looked at me and I looked at him, and I just opened my arms, like to welcome him. And he ran to me and he hugged me. And he was the same height as me sitting down. I was sitting down and he was the same height as just till my head. And he just hugged me for 5 minutes. He wouldn't let me go. And then after that, in fact, I had to, after 5 minutes, ask him, what's your name? Because he's 3 years. I think he knows only Hindi and not English. So he hugged me for 5 minutes, and then again he ran out, and his father was outside, and he was playing with his father. So I finished my meditation, and then the lady who came in, she was his mother. She said, I've never seen him behave like this with anyone. He will not go to any strangers, and he's come and hugged you for so long. I said, it is definitely Babaji, because I asked Babaji, and the moment he hugged me, I knew it was Babaji. And then, like gurus and gods manifest in young children, because young children are so pure. And definitely, I asked the lady, how old is your child? She said 3 years. I said, I mean, when he hugged me itself, I knew for sure it was Babaji alone and not anyone else. And then, so that lady was also surprised with the child. So we went outside and we took a photograph. Once he was outside, he was a normal child. He was taking one small binoculars, putting in his eyes. And so by the time we got a photo, it had about 10, 12 photos, and then one photo came properly. So then I was wearing my shoes, and these people said, okay, we'll go. I said, okay, bye, see y'all, and y'all carry on. So I just walked down, and then they were all sitting down at that YSS, the rooms they have there, the ashram, just below the cave. So the boy is calling me. See, I am Gayathri Maa, and he didn't know that. So he's calling me Ma, Ma. And then I went and sat next to him. And I didn't feel there was a little child sitting next to me. I felt I was the child, and someone big was sitting next to me. So he opened his tiffin box. He had a tiffin box. He opened it, put the lid under the base of the tiffin box, and it had 2 puris. Then he's asking his mother, give aloo in Hindi, and he takes the aloo and puts it inside the tiffin box and gives it to me and said, eat, eat. He's saying, eat, eat. And so that was, then I was eating, and I asked the mother, and so I was eating, and I asked, don't you want? He showed idli. I said, I'm eating idli. I said, okay. And then as I was eating, then he sang Om Babaji. And then I also sang Om Babaji. Then he's putting his finger up. He's saying, no, not like that. He says, sing Om Babaji, come to me, come to me. Come. Then he said, sing, sing. Then I had to sing almost 5-10 minutes. I was singing Om Babaji, come to me, come to me. And it was such an amazing experience. And then his mother told me, then we were all ready to leave. His mother told me he never shares his food with anyone. Towards the end, he'll give little bit. I've never seen him share his food with anyone. So, it was so amazing. And then when I came back, I tried to Google and see what is this Om Babaji, come to me. And then I found it was one of those songs, they have in the YSS thing, which is, those, they call it those energized songs. So the song actually goes like Om Babaji, Om Babaji, Om Babaji, come to me, come to me. Oh my Babaji, come to me. So it was actually like that. But the child just taught me as Om Babaji, come to me. So the most amazing experience of Babaji coming to me. And so I was like, and then next day I didn't go. Next day I didn't go to the cave. Then 2 days later, 2 days it was raining and it was very cold. So then again I went. That day something happened and I was almost fainting. I think maybe I ate too much and I walked up. And so that time, I was just lying down, and then two young boys, young means they'll be around 25. So one boy came, said, how are you, Mataji? And you're not well? I said, yes, I'm not feeling well. So he just held my hand and took me down the whole way, 2 kilometers. He took me down and left me at the entrance of my hotel. So that also is Babaji's. It's not Babaji, but I'm sure Babaji sent him to me. So this is, I feel so blessed to have this experience. Now I must tell you that just before I went to, I was in Kuchukina, in the resort for 2 weeks or 13 days. And just before I went, I read Agasthyar Valipadu, and in that they said how to pray to your guru. So Agastya said that you have to keep your guru between your Agnya and your Sahasrara, over there. And, and then, first, keep him there, and then catch Ganga water from the top of Shiva's, from the Ganga, from top of Shiva's hair, and take that water, keep a plate under your guru's feet, and pour Ganga water on top. Then I added one extra thing on my own, that I'll take the water which I washed my guru's feet, Mahavatar Babaji's feet, and I'll drink it. All this is mental. Then after that, Agastya had said, in like a right hand, there in a silver cup, there will be turmeric. You take that and put on your guru's feet, and put some kumkum on your guru's feet, and put jasmine flowers on your guru's feet. So everything I did mentally, and then put my head down. So I was doing this just before I went to the Himalayas. I started this because just I got the book that time and I was reading, and I think just 2-3 days before. And then bring your guru to your heart. I mean, in your heart, put a white carpet, light a lamp, and let the whole heart be full of light. And then invite your guru, say Parama Guruve, Paramananda Guruve, Mahavatar Babaji, please come with love and stay in my heart. So I was very sincerely doing that every morning. Before my prayer, I always pray to my gurus first, and then do my puja for my Shivalingam and Amman and Muru. First Guru, then Vinayagar, Murugar, and my Shivalingam and Amman. So I always follow this process, and this mental process brought me so much joy. And, so I think everything is connected. And, so Babaji, nowadays, if I just close my eyes, I can feel the light and Babaji sitting in my heart. So I must thank Agasthyar Valipadu for introducing how to pray to your guru. This is so beautiful that you invite your guru to your heart, and then he's always there with you to, guide you and take you through. So, I still don't hear Babaji aloud, meaning I don't hear, it's more in my intuition that I'm hearing. But, I have a tarot card reader who's in Bombay. So from 2019, I've been asking her about other things, but from 2019 onwards, the moment I pick up the phone to call her about any issue, she will tell me, your guru told you, do this. Your guru speaking to me now. He's telling you do this. He's telling you do this. So lot of the times, Babaji speaks to me through intuition, and many times he speaks through her. And he's saying, no, I don't mind if she's calling you to ask for some confirmation. Like, I'll already know that, it'll be in my intuition that I should do this. But the confirmation from my tarot card reader, and she's able to hear him directly. And only when I call, he will tell certain things. Like a very good example was in 2022. I had booked to go to Mahavatar Babaji cave and then go to the Chardham Yatra. So she was going on saying, your guru's telling you not to go. Your guru's telling you, if you want, you can go up in a palki, but not walk. And I am a very fit person. I'm thinking, what is this? They're telling me not to walk up. I was planning to walk up the entire Chardham Yatra, like walk up Kedarnath, walk to, Yamunotri. I was planning to do all that. So, and Babaji was going on telling me, no, go in a palki. I said, my God, I'm not. I have to introduce myself. So I'm like a triathlete, marathon runner, swimmer, all that I was before I became totally spiritual. And then I completely stopped all this. So I was doing all this till 2012. And 2012, I stopped all this and became completely spiritual. So my fitness level is still quite good. So I was wondering, why is my guru telling me like this. And then one day I was walking in Chennai. I said, I must get fit. I'm planning to go walking. I'm not done any exercise. I'm feeling tired all the time. I was walking and I couldn't breathe properly. You know, when you have that kind of... So I was just sitting and doing some pranayama. And a friend of mine said, you know, what is this? Aren't you well? I said, yeah, I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable. And then immediately he fixed with me with a cardiologist. And then, so we found out that, you know, I did all the tests and we did an angio and I had 3 blocks and they had to put a stent for 3 blocks. And the operation was on the same day that my flight was supposed to take off to go for my Chardam Yatra and to Mahavatar Babaji's cave. And so that is why he was so much asking me not to do the Chardam Yatra. So Babaji has been every step of my way, and then you know, he gives me permission to go to a particular place or not go to a particular place. And it's amazing to be connected with Babaji. I hope one day I can actually hear him loudly. I'm sure the day will come. And so like they were saying in the previous Tamil talk, the previous Tamil talk, that you have to purify yourself more and more. Purify yourself more and more, do good things, and you know, like consciously try to follow good habits and thing, and then slowly your connection with the guru and God becomes more. So I actually shared my experience. I shared my experience with everyone to know that even in this day and world, our gods and gurus manifest themselves to us. They manifest themselves to us. And if we are devoted enough and we have pure love and pure bhakti and you are a pure person, it happens for you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That was very beautiful, Sister Gayathri Maa.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
anyone has any questions for Sister Gayathri Maa, please go ahead and ask her. Or if you'd like to share something about what she has said, that would be great too.
This is an amazing experience, Amma. When you have 100% devotion towards Guru and God, and this is what will happen. The life proof that Guru will be with you all the way through, and it will come to you at the right time. And அற்புதமான அனுபவம் அம்மா. மிக்க நன்றி அம்மா. எங்களுக்கெல்லாம் ஒரு ஐ ஓப்பனர் மாதிரி இருக்கு.
Yeah, thank you. So, like, you know, many people find meditation difficult. So that is why, like, if you see, you know, we can do a lot of chanting. We can write Sri Ramajayam. We can read spiritual books, listen to discourses. See, sometimes meditation alone, you know, like you have to reach a certain level. You sit for 2-3 hours. Sit for 2-3 hours for meditation. You know, so can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can hear
Yeah.
you.
So, you know, see, the thing is, we have to be in the divine process. We have to be in the divine process the whole day. So you start with meditation, then after that you do your puja. Puja also is your with the divine. Then after that you can do mantra chanting. Then you can do, you know, some writing of Sri Ramajayam. And, you know, all these things, I feel different things. And then you read books like Agasthyar Valipade. Apro you have satsang and you have discourses. You know, the thing for all this is to keep yourself in the divine circle at all times. You know, so do different things to be within the divine circle. Yeah.
That is so very true. And also, as you very beautifully talked about, Appa Agastya does say in Agastya Valipadu, focus more on Manasa Puja day by day, because now is the time when in Kali Yuga it's hard for people to travel, and COVID showed us that. And you know, Manasa Puja, he says, is the highest form of meditation or puja for yogis, and that is what we all are. We are all spiritual aspirants. So what Gayathri Maa said was very important for us to follow. And the other thing is also being good. Appa Agastya always says in Agastya Valipadu, whatever you do, build your whole foundation of your life on righteousness. Because without that, there's always a danger that you will slip and you will fall. It's like a snakes and ladder thing. But as long as you can contemplate on God, keep God within you, as Gayathri Maa said, your progress in spiritual path is faster, and keep connected with God and gurus. Just like when you listen to some popular song and it keeps playing in your background, that's how God or your guru is playing in your background. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, very interesting to, actually go to the cave and sit there and meditate. I think we have all heard Brother Karpanaswamy also talk about his experience of going to a cave and meditating. That I think is a different level of experience, which I think would be good, like compared to what we do at home. We get a lot of distractions. So to be away from civilization, to be away alone, and you can reach within yourself. And also, I like the idea, like how you expressed that, you put a white carpet and light a lamp, and then you invite your guru to reside within you. It's really, the way you expressed it was very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. There is Agastya Valipadu only I learned this, and then, so whenever I do it, the thing is not to do anything you're doing with with 200% devotion, 200% belief, and then, it happens, it actually happens. So that's the thing.
And that's the most important thing is feelings, because feelings have the ability to, feelings of devotion have the ability to take you and connect you directly to your guru or a higher consciousness. That is why Appa says when you go to a temple, do not do what everybody else does. Don't go look at the decoration. Don't go, trying to do all the rituals, but sit like a yogi and do your Manasa Puja there, absorb the energy there. So all of you who are fortunate enough, like Gayathri Maa, to go to such great places, because they have a lot of energy, you sit there and absorb it and never focus on anything that's happening outside. And another thing that Gayathri Maa said was very important. She said she likes to go alone. And that is something you can do, whether you're at home or anywhere else, because I don't have an opportunity to go to any temple. But almost every day I go to Padigamalai in my heart, because that is all you can do. Then Appa is there. I mean, there is a Hindu temple very close to my house, but I do not feel like I have to go there because I feel God is right here with me in my meditation room, in my heart. So we must start going to a higher level of consciousness by understanding that in our devotion, in our call, is the connection to the God or the Guru. And that energy will bring us up. So what we are talking about, what we are thinking about, all this is very important in our lives, because the more you focus on spiritual talks, in righteousness, in good things, the more you'll attract the same thing towards you.
So our home, you can make each one's home into a temple, So our home, you can have, different areas of your home, energize it, and in your meditation area, or, in my house, I have one Shuddhi Sai Baba temple. I have a Shivlingam in Chennai. Then I have, like, in my own bedroom, I have Babaji, everything. And he told me, you have to put a curtain. So when you do the puja and, sometimes I meditate at night, and then we draw the curtain, and then I lie down in bed. So, people put pictures of gurus, in their bedrooms. That's good. But, it's good to have a curtain for them, like just put so that, when you're praying, the guru's there, and then when you're lying down or doing some other activity, then you actually put a curtain. So every part of your house can be energized, and you don't really like what Anuradha said, you don't need to leave your house for anything. But then sometimes, it's good to be, away from everything, and then it helps the sadhana. And once you reach a certain level, then you don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to go here and there because God is everywhere. But then again, there are certain places definitely which are more high energy places. For example, someone wants to come and see me, they have to come to Chennai or they come to Tirunelveli. My energy is more present there. So, like that, you want to see Babaji, the Babaji's cave is, his energy is more present there, although he's there in my house talking to me. But, there are certain places which definitely have more high energy. So it's good if we have the opportunity to visit those high energy places, and so it makes us easier to connect with the energies there. It's like, you call Gayatri, I'm only going to respond, no, not someone else. So when you call Shiva, Shiva is going to respond and not someone else. So they say the name and the Nami are the one and the same. You say Om Namah Shivaya, you're calling Shiva himself, at that time, so there are so many places like in India, there are so many high. We are very lucky to be living in India. Every corner, everywhere is in Chennai. I never knew in those days that there were so many Siddhar Samadhis in Chennai. Of course, Tirunelveli, we all know there are many Siddhar Samadhis, but Chennai is such a high energy place. I never knew, and slowly I'm discovering this, and it's good. I mean, you don't need to get disturbed and go here and there. You can meditate in your own home, but when you do find the time or you find the opportunity, it's good to go to some high energy places also.
That is so very true, Gayathri Maa, because in my beginning of my sadhana, I had the great blessed opportunity to go to the Vyas Ranchi ashram and spend 15 days in silence. And once you enter Yogananda's room, he's my guru. Even though I call Appa Agastya my father or Appa, Yogananda has always been my guru. The moment you enter his room, you can actually feel the vibration. The energy is so strong; it actually hits you when you go in. And the same thing happened in. I had the great opportunity to enter his room in the Mount Washington ashram here in California. The energy, if you're able to perceive, and I'm sure Brother Ramachandran can attest to it, and so does Darpan Swami, because they're all used to feeling that energy, and you also, Gayatri Maa. So if you start becoming sensitive to energy, you will start perceiving it and absorbing it.
Yes, man, that's true.
So any other thoughts? Anybody else? Any comments?
Ma'am, what I would like to tell, no. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Ma, yes.
Actually, no. Wherever Siddhar are there and we are connected, by hook or crook, we'll be in that place only. First we will not realize we are connected, and slowly we will realize, yes, we are connected, because without our knowledge also we would have been connected for so many years. It takes time for us to understand, yes, we are connected over here. That's it. Because I am staying in Chennai only in Velachery. There are two Siddhar temples in that is Chidambaram Periswami Siddhar. Without my knowledge that he is Siddhar or something, right from the age of 8 or 10, we have been giving so many things. But I have heard Siddhar, that's all. One day when I went there, I couldn't express the vibration I found out there. And similarly, another Siddhar is there. Again, I've heard for a long time. I didn't visit. But when I visited, that day my hands, legs, everything were pulling. I could feel that. Then I took my son one day. Then he said, it is too heavy over there. That was the expression he gave me. So whenever we are having that relationship, it takes time for us to understand. That's all.
That's true, Mat.
So we still have about 3 minutes. Is there anybody else who would like to say something or share something or talk to Gayathri Maa or ask the question?
Yeah, Gayathri Maa can share how she, she said she was an athlete. What made her suddenly change into a spiritual being?
Yeah. So, like in college days, I was state level hockey, tennis, swimming player. And then I got married, and then my husband was also an athlete, and we were both into golf and other things. And then I was working, I had children and working. And then when I was about 40 years, I became a yoga teacher. And, so at that time itself, like, I found the change that I didn't want to be in the corporate line. So I became a yoga teacher and started teaching yoga and Patanjali Yoga Sutras in my house. So that started in 2006. So, I would every day teach one sutra, the meaning. And so, which means in 1 year, I'll cover the entire Patanjali Yoga Sutras for my students. And then, so in 5 years, I've done Patanjali Yoga Sutras 5 times. So I became so thorough with it. So then in 2000, but I was, that time I was, because of my yoga and everything, I became a triathlete. And because I was already anyway a swimmer, then I did a lot of cycling. I became a triathlete. I started taking part in triathlons, and then I was featured in every single magazine, TV. In those days there were no women in India doing all this, and so I was one of the first. And so I was featured in I went to Dubai and Abu Dhabi and Sri Lanka to do triathlons, and I won some medals. And so I was featured in all the magazines and everything. So I had enough fame, enough, all those things were there. Then in 2011, when I was traveling by flight from Coimbatore to Chennai, there was a thought, I'd gone for a wedding. Is this life all about this? I'm wearing jewels and wearing sari, and, is life all about dressing up and things like that? I was, just thinking about all these things. And that time they were wheeling out Swami Dayananda Saraswati. And my suitcase came last. In the airport, there was no one except Swamiji and myself. He was in the wheelchair and I was there. And, he kept on looking at me. So, I did namaste to him. I felt he wanted to tell me something. So in the evening, I went to the talk. I went to Krishnayana Sabha. He was giving his talk. So then after his talk, I went to touch his feet, like with everyone else. Then he held me by both my hands. He caught and he said, "Who are you? I recognized you at the airport itself." So then he made me sit next to him, and he didn't... he didn't. Should I relog in now? Hello?
Hello, you can continue until this ends and then we can re-log in or maybe you can.
I'm almost done. People have to go also. So let me quickly finish this. So then, Swami Dayananda Saraswati, he